Hello, and good evening. My name is Benjamin Rupert. I'm a PhD chemist who has worked in a variety of fields related to renewable energy, energy storage, and nuclear non-proliferation. I've spent the last 11 years at lithium-ion battery startups and was most recently the director of electrolyte development at a solid-state battery company. But I left that position last year to work on sodium-ion instead. This change in career was prompted by my concerns over the sustainability of lithium-ion batteries, especially those containing nickel and cobalt. Tonight, I would like to tell all of you about some of the alternative chemistries out there which do not require these two elements. Many of them also eliminate or reduce the use of copper and manganese. I will specifically talk about technologies that are in commercial production or at least full-scale demonstration. For grid storage, there are many types of batteries which easily beat lithium-ion in terms of cost, reliability, and safety. For instance, sodium-sulfur batteries, while suffering from poor lifetimes when initially discovered in the late 1960s, now have cycle lives on par with the longest-lasting lithium-ion cells, but at a fraction of the cost. Sodium and sulfur are incredibly abundant materials and will not be in short supply in the foreseeable future. There are also newer technologies like Prussian blue-based sodium-ion batteries, where the key elements are sodium and iron, which are currently in the large-scale demonstration phase. Even if we were not facing shortages of key minerals for lithium-ion cells, these alternatives are far better choices for most utility-scale grid storage applications. There are many others, such as liquid calcium antimony and iron flow batteries. The NMC and NCA cells, which have been the most popular chemistries in electric vehicles, are already being abandoned in favor of lithium iron phosphate, or LFP, due to the cost and safety advantages of the latter. For instance, all standard Model 3 and Model Y cars globally now use LFP cells. While these vehicles currently have slightly shorter ranges than NMC and NCA-equipped vehicles, the far greater safety of LFP allows manufacturers to dedicate less battery pack weight and volume to active safety measures. Inexpensive and safe LFP is therefore expected to match the energy density of nickel and cobalt-containing cells, at least at the system level, in the near future. Sodium-ion cells now nearly match LFP in energy density and are less expensive still. They also avoid the use of copper current collectors due to differences in chemistry between lithium and sodium. Battery giants CATL, BYD, and Northvolt all have announced large-scale sodium-ion production plans, and the company Haina already has sodium-ion cells in electric vehicles, so this technology is not some far-off dream. I would argue that not only can we meet our energy storage needs by using these alternative battery chemistries, these alternatives would be better choices in many cases even without the looming shortages of nickel, manganese, cobalt, and copper. I encourage everyone here to look further into these technologies for themselves, as I've barely been able to scratch the surface of these available and upcoming alternatives in the last few minutes. Thank you for your attention.